For Team USA, there is a lot of reason for optimism at 92 kilograms. That's because Trent Hidlay has been absolutely spectacular this last year. And now for many wrestling fans, Trent Hidlay has always been one of the really good guys who couldn't get over the hump and win the big tournament. Couldn't win NCAAs because he had Aaron Brooks in his weight classes. Couldn't make the world team last year because David Taylor was there. Well, now it's Trent Hidlay's time. And now that the dust has settled, David Taylor's gone, Zahid Valencia's down at 86. Trent's really the man, and he was I don't want to say a dominant force domestically at 92, but he was clearly our best option at 92. And that's not just domestically. Internationally, Trent has had a lot of really, really good results. And for Team USA, though he is a first-time world team rep, the expectations and optimism around Trent are really high. I'm going to get into some of the details there of why people are expecting big, big things from Trent Hidlay. First, let's take a look at the landscape. Trent Hidlay sits at the 8 seed, which puts you with the 1, right? And so who's the top-seeded guy? That's Mysaradze of Georgia. Already wrestled him, already beaten Mysaradze of Georgia. Feel like he can replicate that again. But then he's going to likely have the 4 seed Nurmagomedov of Azerbaijan in his semifinal. But the good thing about Trent Hidlay's draw is the top-ranked guy, Darin Kurugliev. He's the 5 seed. So he's either going to have Kurugliev or Nurmagomedov. He won't have to wrestle both of them. Now, for Trent, he's already beaten Kurugliev. He's already beaten Mysaradze, right? But the Kurugliev win has an asterisk. It was an injury default win where Trent hit his patented underhook attack, and Kurugliev's right knee buckled, and that was it. After giving up the takedown, he defaulted out of the match. Trent wound up winning. So from a rankings perspective, he didn't get the bump. But from a physicality standpoint, you saw that match. You're like, okay, Trent can definitely go with Kurugliev. Now, if you're wondering why that name sounds familiar, Kurugliev represents Greece, used to represent Russia. He kicked David Taylor in the face in 2018, and then David Taylor had to come back after getting dazed, concussed, whatever you want to call it. So Kurugliev's good. He's an Olympic bronze medalist. He's a multiple world medalist. Really, really good wrestler. And I think Trent can beat him. Now, down below, Firizpour of Iran is a very, very likely finalist out of that 6 seed. He's kind of like Trent a little bit in that he's been behind a great, right? Trent's been behind Aaron Brooks and David Taylor. Firizpour has been behind Gazimpur at 92, a multiple world champion for Iran. Well, now Gazimpour's down at 86. Firizpour is now the man at 92. And for Iran, this guy's really good, but he doesn't have the offensive firepower of a Yazdani or even a Gazimpur. Very, very defensive wrestler. And I think that bodes well for Trent, who, when he attacks, he's a very high percentage scorer. And he's very rarely countered because he doesn't end up on a lot of leg attacks extended underneath. His attacks are powerful and he kind of blows through you. There's not a lot of opportunity for where Firizpour is really good, which is sprawling, running behind, re-attacking. Trent's game really doesn't lend itself to those types of counters. So I think as far as the competition is concerned, I think Trent's right there. Now, he won the ranking series event, did Trent. He looked really good doing it. It was a loaded event. So that's why there's so much optimism. And our guy, John Kozak, has Trent as one of the 3 contenders for a title. He has Trent Hidlay, he has Firizpour of Iran, and he has Kurugliev. Well, he's already beaten Kurugliev, and Firizpour is on the bottom side. So from a optimism standpoint, it feels like he can make the finals. Now, I think he can win it. For Team USA, this looms so big because we have a lot of weights where, not a lot of weights, we have some weights where it's really uphill. And it's not that we can't medal, it's not that we can't have deep runs. It's just there's so many good guys in the world. It's just sort of an obvious statement. But you look at a weight like 70, a weight like 65, these weights go 10, 11 deep. This one doesn't have that, and even if it did, Trent really kind of stands alone as one of the top 92 kilogram guys. So my point being, this is a great opportunity. If we have a couple tough days in certain weight classes, Trent can really balance that out with a strong performance here. And that's exactly what I expect Trent to bring. I got to sit down during the Rudis Media Day and talk with him. And dude, this guy he's awesome. Insane competitor. I feel like this is Trent's moment. It's his time. He's waited his turn, and now it's time for Trent Hidlay to come home with a world medal. And I truly believe he's going to win the World Championships in Zagreb, Croatia. He wrestles on September 14th and 15th. A reminder, the World Championships start September 13th. We're starting with men's freestyle. But they go September 13th through 21st. You can watch every single match live on FloWrestling. I'm very excited to see what Trent Hidlay can do. A couple other contenders at this weight class before I let you go. Maisaradze, already mentioned. Arturk of Turkey, and already mentioned Nurmagomedov. So this is a good weight. It's not a great weight. It's not the best weight. And it's a weight that I think Trent Hidlay is going to stand on top of the podium. But I want to know what you think. How do you see Trent Hidlay going in his very first Senior World Championships?